Hey guys, so I wanted to kind of go over the daily report card that I typically use every single day, in addition to the Trezella. It's essentially sort of a aggregation of a bunch of different templates that I've seen or used or gotten from either mentors or online that I've compiled into this one template that I really like. It's sort of all centralized, so it's not just necessarily a daily report card, but has a bunch of sort of other elements within it, and it's sort of the central hub to kind of my day-to-day journaling, pre-market, during market, post-market. And so I'll go over it right now. This is the calendar that I have. This is sort of the three sections that I have, and these evolve over time. Right now, it's I got priorities, constant reminders, and then a pre-market sort of reminder checklist that I look at, and then there's a section here that I've created that has a weekly performance review that then you could kind of go into, and it has sort of these type of questions, what worked, what didn't work, all this kind of stuff. That's really helpful. And so this is where I do my weekly performance review. And then the playbook, I only have essentially two that I try to incorporate, and so it makes it very easy and streamlined. But you can add as many as you want over there. It's really sort of simple. This is essentially it, and these are sort of the entry triggers and then the executions that I look on, and kind of the grade that I give them in terms of best case scenario. This is what I want to see. And then over here, this is something I actually had ChatGPT help me with. I've used it maybe once or twice, but it's probably a good thing to use more than that. If I take a loss and you can kind of feel tilt, coming on, like whatever, it swept your stop and then, went the direction you wanted to do. This is kind of cool. It just kind of, if you read through this, it's actually really, it's helpful. At the very least, it helps you pause before taking the next trade. So this is kind of helpful that I kind of have created as well, that I put in there. And I'll show you, there's a button that I put within the actual daily report card that takes me right to here. So I'll have to like get out of what I'm doing midday. Monthly goals, you can have that here. And then so this is what the template looks like. So this is the one that I'm using every day now. So I'll click this in the morning. I'll type in my goal for the day, and then I'll put in. I'll skip all this because this is the end of the day stuff. And then over here, I'll just check mark the things that I've been that I like to do. So usually, good sleep, meditation, try not to eat before trading. And then I'll have these daily notes. These could evolve over time. I've never really used this section, and so this is kind of things that I sort of keep me in line in case I forgot something. I'll go ahead and check this, and if any of these are present, or like SMT is not always present, and so I'll click that. This is my short-term bias, which is typically, I want to say, probably within 5 days. Intermediate is something like 20 days, and the bigger picture is as bigger pictures you want to go. The weekly, monthly, whatever. Here's where I typically will put my morning plan. These are the levels that I intend to trade. This is what I'm looking for, and I usually try to keep it as small and concise as possible. Usually one or two levels, things that I want to see, if then scenarios. No more than that, because after that it kind of just becomes sort of confusing. So these are the levels that I'm looking to initiate with. I used to have in this area, and I'll show you kind of the sort of the version 2 of the DRC that I have. But in this area, I had sort of a midday sort of temperature check that I got from Tanner, the strong trader. That was really useful. I think he got it from Lance, and it was useful. I used it maybe about a year ago, but then I found myself not really using it intraday, and so I just kind of removed it to keep this a little bit cleaner. Here are the trades that I take. I try not to take more than 3 in a day, and usually if I need to do more then something's gone wrong. So usually 1 to 3 is good, and usually right after I've taken a trade, whether it's a win or a loss, I'll like to go ahead and log it again just to give me that pause before taking the next trade, and hopefully as I'm writing it out, kind of reflect on the current trade that just happened. If it's a loss, again, maybe if it's a bad or tilty type of loss, I'll click this and it'll take me to that recovery reset section. And then this is sort of the end of the day stuff. Real simple, real straightforward. And that's essentially it. Uh, and that's my daily report card. And then after the day, I'll also have sort of a trade recap section where I kind of recap the entire day. This has kind of helped me, um, hopefully, moving forward in terms of the idea that, there's always another trade. And usually if you reflect back on the day, you could kind of see what those other trades were when they happened, what they looked like, so that hopefully, in the future, it's not like you feel like you're or I don't feel like I'm missing out, because then if I, play it safe, I either just don't take a trade for that day, or I wait for the trade that really sets up and looks good for me. And then playbook entry section is just, individual place that I'll document. I think Christian was the one who gave me the idea for that, and I think it's been super useful to kind of see what resonates with me personally. Anyways, I'll go ahead and clean up all of my data here. I'll create a duplicate and I'll share it in the group, and hopefully it'll be useful to some of you.